Warning, this video is only for 14 and up, and if you're under, please leave this video because I will not be accused of something I don't want to be accused of. Please, if you're under, leave the video. Stories go through the air. You can listen and you cannot. But stories are here to help. Understand what is right and what is wrong. But sometimes stories can do the opposite. There's no right or wrong. You have to form your own opinion. But that is not what you're here for. You're here to listen to this silly little god of this channel. Listens to his mind going on about his stories, about the different worlds where he's traveling to, and where he can make some small different in a timeline. Welcome to the Blue Mask What If channel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and any other people that wants to watch this shit going on and me telling my stories, welcome to this off and on a second episode of the week, or first episode of the week. It doesn't really matter. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls again, and whoever is watching this shit, this is a special episode of What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Link, because we're gonna jump forward like a lot of time, because this is a special Christmas episode. Hit the fucking hats! As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got some Christmas vibes right now, because it's the holidays, and it's almost Christmas, and I want to put out a special Christmas episodes for you guys. And what's the special occasion then? It's actually, I want to do, probably in the middle of the weeks, fucking Zelda. Well, Izuku's Zelda version. So I wanted to do that and surprise you all with a Christmas episode. Not from the past, but from the future. So yeah, this episode is gonna be a ways longer away from where we are now. We are in this beginning stages of this series. This is like in the middle kind of stage. But you will understand me when I get to why I'm making this, because I just want to fuck out and fuck around with the story right now, so I want to do that. And so also you guys can see where their story will go to, so when you hear the story you understand why I made this series. Oh shit, fuck, sorry. So you guys can understand why I wanted to make this series and everything else. So you can be excited when that happened, because I'm not gonna tell you. So ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, and the girls and boys, well, teens, not girls and boys, teenagers that's sitting right there in... Wait, I'm not in a stage. Ah, fuck. You're sitting right in front of me at a fucking giant fireplace. Me sitting in a comfortable chair with a book on my lap, because right now we're gonna hear a story. So, get a cup of cocoa with marshmallow, fuck, I can't say it. Marshmallows. I can't say shit. Get a hot of cocoa, sit down, drink it when you're hearing this story, because this is kind of a special one. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. We start this episode off in a lab, well, a room that looks like a testing lab, with glass in front of it. In the kind of where the glass is upon a wall, we see Principal Nezu standing on a chair looking into the room with eyes that was looking at this purple thing you can see in the glass. How's the signs? They're going well, Principal Nezu. A man that had, we see Power Loader, May, Melissa Shield, and David Shield being in this room with Principal Nezu, checking out some systems that is looking at this purple kind of flow. The portal hasn't done anything since that creature came around, but nothing has come in or out since then. What about him? What about both of them? Any signs? No, sir. We haven't found anything yet. I'm still worried about them. What they were talking about, the camera was panning from, the 5 in the controlled room, or you can imagine it. The camera moves and looks into this box that is around a purple portal that looks like a triangle with a lot of detail in the whole thing. It was moving around like it should go somewhere, but none of them knew where. You see, a few months ago, something happened in the UA's grounds that disturbed everyone. A black kind of monster that shouldn't actually be on the continent was at UA and doing something they didn't fucking know what happened. But when it got confronted, it just... Wait, what? Really? Sorry about that. Sorry. I was just, something wasn't, Sorry. I wouldn't cut that out. A few months ago, a certain black monster appeared on their school grounds and got chased away by two of his students, actually. One of them disappeared into this portal, and the girl was invited on something by other people that Principal Desunu didn't, get informed by until that happened. So he was kind of pissed at his one of his employee, All Might, for letting his student go, but like I said, he couldn't control shit. Sorry, let me just get comfortable in my chair again. I just stood up. So, All Might has gotten a scolding a few months ago, and the two student has sent a letter through post mail, or a mailbox, that appear with a mailman appearing at one point in their campus, even though I fucking know how he did. So yeah, they have sent letters explaining what is happening, but nothing has... They haven't returned in months, by the way. It's around Christmas time at this point in the timeline. Nezu was holding out to see these two students reappear again so he can make sure they're fine. After some few moments of looking at the portal, Melissa spoke up of some reading she sees. Sir, the portal is moving. It is, Melissa. No, I mean, it's moving away from something. Something is coming through. Principal Nezu looked at the vitals or the signs of the portal, and it was correct. Something was moving in the portal, and no one knew what it was. Get the guns ready. Make sure it fires on any monsters that comes through. After Power Loader and David went over to and activated the turrets pointing at the portal. After 5 minutes of this, the portal... Well, something walks through with a... kind of looking around at this point, and looked and saw the turret pointing at, well, the person that came through. The man immediately just put his hands up and said, well, don't shoot, Principal! The person that walked through was Isuku Link Midoriya, with his robot arm, well, showing out right now, with some little scuff marks on his tunic and some little damage towards, well, his pants and stuff of his clothing. Nezu, shocked at this, went on the mic. Isuku Link Midoriya, where have you been for months? I'm sorry, okay, it's a long ass story for what I have been doing for these couple of months. I'm so sorry, sir. You better have a good explanation of disappearing on us. What is happening? Look, can I explain to you after my companions come through? We're kind of in a... We don't know what the fuck is going on either. We're trying to figure it out these couple of months. Let your companions through. Who are they? They're past heroes from Hyrule and different timelines of Hyrule. Excuse me, young Midoriya? Look, sir, it's a complete mess. I need you to understand this. Before Nezu could say anything else, another person walked through after Isuku, this being Miss Zelda. Principal. Hi. Sorry, I didn't warn anybody me going through the portal with someone. I am very honestly annoyed by you two just disappearing on me and leaving me with a total mess. We understand, sir, and we're sorry. Are you gonna disappear on us? Probably, yeah. We're not done yet. That's understandable. Who is your companions then? Well, Midoriya walked towards the window and said, well, I'm gonna introduce the people that walked through first. After some few minutes, two people walks out of the portal, one male and one female. Walks out of the portal and stands beside Isuku and Zelda. Principal Nezu, from now on, we kind of need to prefer Zelda as a nickname, because there's gonna be a lot of people called Zelda. Okay, so may I ask, who are you? Both of you? The man standing beside, well, Isuku looked at, well, Isuku. Where's the person that's talking? Oh, he's right behind the glass wall. Like I said, my time is kind of more advanced in their technology and everything else. So this is quite advanced. He's speaking through a amplifier so you can hear his voice. Oh, okay. The man stood forward and, well, Nezu could probably see his outfit, and it was old design. I mean, there's no readable technology on him. He had he has no helmet on him, showing his dirty blonde hair. A very dirty. It's like Izuku's color, but more dulled down to a golden color. Oh yeah, fuck, didn't I say Izuku was blonde or had blonde green hair? Fuck, I need to look back. The man has golden shoulder plates with symbols on his, armor pieces that was on his chest. If you know what I'm talking about, please look up Legend of Zelda, Link's universe, and find a picture of Time. That's him. Yeah, I'm describing Time, so you know that means. This man had, like I said, a golden shoulder plate with silver, armor pieces on his chest and stomach area, with chainmail on, the inside and on the bottom that leads towards his hip that was covered in a golden kind of armor plate that goes around his upper hip, with a cod piece in front of his bottom waist, with two side armor pieces on his side of his hips. The man wore brown gloves with golden armor piece and red rubies in the center of the gloves. He had a black undershirt and black pants on with brown boots. The man had, a blue kind of tattoo looking thing on his forehead and two red marks on his cheek, with one of his eyes closed. If you don't understand, my name is Link, but from now on, just call me Time. I'm one of the oldest of the group that is coming through right now. The woman stepped up beside, Zelda. And this one didn't have many armor pieces on her, but had a old design, for what Nezu knows, by the way, a very old design of the Sheikah armor, with Triforce symbols and the royal family crest of Hyrule on one of her shoulder armor. She has sorry about that, got some trouble with the pictures. She had a white gloves, not gloves, head bandages on her heads, on her forehead and behind the ear, going behind her head, with a white cloth with black shoulder plates on the shoulders that goes down her arm, and the Sheikah logo on her stomach that is going down. And shoot, I just need the person's name. Okay, I'm doing this the hard way now. Sorry, I just can recommend the person that made this art. I will link the people I am taking art from, because these are comic series. One of them is inspired by the Link Universe series, and one of them is the actual Link Universe. So shout out to the creators. They are Great fucking artist, by the way. Highly recommend checking out the art. Oh, right, I have that. Okay, so one of the creators is on... Fuck, is it Tumblr? Yeah, Tumblr. Her name is... Sorry. Linda Ross. She can be found in the Link Universe fan pages. Or she's a creator of a inspired Link universe that heavily takes inspiration from it. Highly recommend her, well, digital comics as well, the same as Link Universe. That is an amazing series, even this one. So, if you find her, you can go into the description of Legend of Zelda, Wisdom. Wisdom Mavros. Yeah, you could probably find it. If you haven't found it, there will be a link to the person that made this series. There will be a link in the description so you can find the art as well. So yeah, I will still describe the arts when the people comes through, but you can check it out if you guys want to. So I don't have to go into heavy detail because I'm terrible at that. So yeah, the woman walked through and you could see her wearing Sheikah armor and everything else. It's Sheik. It looks like Sheik from Ocarina of Time. She has a white scarf on her hero. Has a white scarf with a bandana on her forehead with bandages around it. She has a gloves and bandages on her arm with a jewelry as well. She is wearing the Sheikah parts of the pants. So yeah. She walked through and stands beside Zelda, stand beside Zelda and looked at at the window. My name is Zelda as well, but you can call me Lullaby. I am a previous ruler of Hyrule. Principal Nezu got shocked by this meeting a previous ruler of Hyrule when the next person walks through. And let's ibbity bubbity. I need one of you to get on this property. There. Okay. Another young man walked through that also mostly looked like, Isuku and Time, but still looks different. The young man had a dirty golden brown hairstyle on him with red earrings and a white cape on his back that had a blue kind of logo on it, with a brown belt that holds weapons and the master swords on his back, by the way, with a green tunic and chainmail armor under that tunic, with a cloth around his waist with a belt holding that in place, with brown pants and dark brown boots with brown gloves and black, forearm protectors. Well, Sky is really good. Well, really great to describe. Sky stood the opposite from Time's. Time was on the, if you looked at Suku POV, Time was on the right and Sky was on the left. The next woman that walks through was also a blonde-haired woman with a yeah, let's take this design. A white kind of cape on her back with a pretty kind of looking pink color, I think. A pink color design on her, in her dress with white patterns on the bottom with red stripes in them, with some blue hair ties in her hair and a cloth on her belt and a weapon on her back and not a harp. She doesn't have that on her. But she had a sword that's on her back. Not on her back, on her hip, behind her, on her hips area, with a shield on her back. That shield she was wearing was sorry about that. Yeah, she was holding a similar looking shield that was on the other guy's back, with that looks like the goddess Hylia statue on the backside, same as the man. Oh, hi, if someone's here. My name is Sky, and I'm Sun, but my first name is Zelda, and his is Lynx. Well, that is quite interesting. The next two people walking through one of them was even holding the rein, a horse rein, or whatever it's called. The man walks in with, the same kind of different kind of markings on his forehead that's in black instead of blue and red color. Also had the same kind of hair color as Time and the others. They looked the same, actually, but different facial structure, but they felt same to Nezu. This man had blue earrings, a wolf coat on his back that he could see with dark green on his tunic, with a golden chainmail underneath that, with a light blue wrappings like Sky had on his body, with a orange belt holding it up, with the same kind of leather strap on his body, with a pendant, if I'm correct, or a item that's on the string around the person's neck, with brown boots and that he has on. He also has a shield on his back that has a sort of shield, a normal iron sword on his back, and a wooden kind of shield with a goat logo on it. The other woman that walks through no. Wrong again. There we go. Now, this is where, if you see the arts when I describe it, I kind of differentiates it, and it kind of looks different from how it is, but the most of the design is there. A woman that had a neutral looking face on her with a golden kind of crown on her forehead with a blue gem on it, with her hair styled into a hairstyle that makes her hair not fall around her, but had brown hair instead of golden hair. That was quite odd at this point, because the other three girls has golden hair, so an odd brown color was kind of different. She has golden shoulder plates that is on top of her shoulder and down towards her arm, that was covering and protecting her. She had a purple kind of dress around her both shoulders has armor pieces connecting to each other, going to each shoulder, protecting that side, with her having a sword on her hips with a purple kind of dress going down to her hips but stopping and making into a kind of two-sided on the side of her dress. Two ribbons come from the middle of this dress that goes on her side, that goes between the sides as well. But this is the different parts. That white dress she has on goes down to her knees and has patterns alongside it that has golden patterns. With black combat heels that is not the normal heels that has a little, I think, neck area as it's called. For the heel, it's a kind of heel with a big neck for it, so she can run in them and walk faster. Like I said, she has a kind of a sort of rapier sword, but on her hips, and she was looking around as well. Hello, my name is Dusk. I'm also a Zelda. Sorry about that. I'm also a queen of my Hyrule. The man spoke up and looked up at the glass. I'm Twilight. I'm also Link, but call me Twilight, like I said. Nezu looked at Twilight and had this creeping suspicion that he's not safe. He didn't feel safe. The next two people walking through, by the way, they just stand away from the portal so everyone can walk through. The next two people walking through was... Wait, was that a small person with a person that's almost to shoulder with... Nezu's Zelda? I would say that Link is... Izuku is 5'6" in this universe, with Zelda being 5'7". Yeah. still taller than fucking Link's. This person was as the same height as a kid, but was wearing a green hood that had a kind of bird-like golden thing on the end of it, with also having 4 different colors on it, on this kid's coloring, having a sword on his. A lot of these 4's voice actors are always sounds like a girl, so I kind of get it confused, but 4 is a dude. This person has a green hood with 4 different colors set on his tunic. One being the 2 upper one being on the right side upper part is blue, the other side is green. The bottom right is purple, the left one is red. With a white undershirt on that one with brown fingerless gloves on her, with a different looking sword on his, not she, his, fuck. With a sword on his back with brown pants and brown boots on, or dark brown pants on. With there we go. With a woman, a lot taller than the previous man walks through with, orange hair this time. With a red bow with a golden kind of jewelry behind it on her hair that goes into a ponytail with a white cloak on and some golden armor as well, with white stripes on the end of the golden armor, with a cape hook. What the hell is that? Yeah, I think it's a cape hook that was holding the cape onto his armor at the top of her chest, with a golden brown, same as the top of hers, golden brown collar on her belt that was holding a symbol of the Triforce with, purple and sort of red colors on her, having a cream kind of color on her, cream white kind of cloths going down to her knees, having a white skirt underneath with brown boots. Is that Dot? Really? Her name is Dot? Hello, my name is Dot. I'm also a Zelda. Heyo! My name is 4, but I'm also named Link. Yeah, I may look like a kid, but I'm much older than that. Nezu kind of got confused by this, but let it go. And now the next person, 4 people actually to come through. Because I want to do this quick. Okay, I have done the introduction, and you guys probably goes and do the art, because I will describe this quickly. Because these two are kind of quick to design. A young man with kind of golden hair color like the others, with pink tips in his hair, with a blue cap on his back, with a dark brown tunic that he had with a skirt, Nezu thinks it's called, on his well, under the red tunic he has on as well, with a, you can see if you find legend. I don't know what it's called. Well, having a sword on his back as well. Let me just. I need to see the weapons. Wait, there's a picture. There's a picture. There's a picture. There's a picture. Shoot. Wait. Oh, come on. I just want to see the weapons he has on his back. Ah, there. Alright. Yeah, I think that's the mirror shield. With the guy, he also had brown boots and some jewelry on him as well, as you could see. He had a sworded shield as well, with the sword looking like a different kind of master sword, with a mirror kind of looking shield on his back, same as Time and no, 4 doesn't have the shield. Ooh. No, a golden shield on his back, with Time having a mirror shield as well. I think 4 has a different looking shield. People just have different looking shield as well. Yeah. Sorry. I just described legend. The next one, I will just make it easy for you guys. Is fuck. Never mind. Next one to describe is Hyrule. The next young man that walks beside the other one is a brown-haired young boy with a brown kind of tunic underneath his clothes, and a green-looking tunic as well, with brown pants and brown boots. He doesn't have a lot in his design, but he has a unique-looking sword on his back, and a unique shield as well, for what Nissa could see. Hello there, I'm Legend, and this is Hyrule. Hello. Wait, that's not Hyrule. Hello there! Hyrule said to the, well, mirror-looking thing. And here is also, this one is kind of an overhaul of her design. It's the fuck's her name? It's the Dawn. Oh yeah, sorry. Dawn. You guys need to look after. That is, I will describe Hyrule's Zelda first. This Zelda has dark brown hair with a pink looking royal upper part of a royal dress on her with a pink pearls around it. But instead of a dress that goes down to her feet, she has brownish looking pants and yeah, a pink kind of upper shirt kind of looking thing that looks like the main design if you look it up. With her dress, instead of being down to her knees and kind of looking elegant, that isn't walking around, she had a shorter kind of pink dress going down to her knees with a white dress underneath going. The pink one stopped over the knees and the white one goes down to under the knees with white pants and brown boots with a little pink bow on the sides of the boots, with having some potion on the side of a white belt she has on that goes down, and holding some few potions as well. The other one, this is Legends Zelda, is Fable. Fable has a yellow colored hair that is cutting from the forehead over the eyebrows. It's cut like that, and the hair is kind of, you look it up please, I can't describe it. With, like I said, golden hair that had what Nezu could see, a Triforce earrings and a red looking bandana or jewelry on her forehead that is probably helping her hair, with a blue kind of dress on her with white undershirt with golden jewelries and other jewelries around her belt and arms and ears, like I said, with a kind of light brown pants with brown boots that has wings on it. Hello, my name is Dawn, and this is Fable. Hello there. The two other people that looks like they're around 14 walks in from the portal as well. Right, the horse is Epona, Twilight Source. One of them, a girl that has the girl has golden hair like Fable, and had a red scarf around her neck going behind in two tufts, with blue and pink, a blue vest, I think it's called. Vest. Over a kind of pink shirt that is hiding underneath, with a red stuff around her waist, with white shorts that has blue details on her, and had also another jeans, because I don't think she was recommended. Instead of her having bare arms like the art, she has a kind of pink kind of color like her undershirt going from her shoulder down to her wrists, and having a white kind of pants underneath the shorts that is covering up, and has a short boot that looks like sandal, but looks like a sandal design, but looks like a normal shoe. with a young man standing beside her that has golden hair. A golden hair like the others, with a light blue design with white patterns on it. One of them is on the chest area that looks like a white crab with a something around his neck, being a blue jewel with a brown belt and a purple bag on that belt. Having a sword that has an hourglass on his back. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the weapons. It's nothing matter. There's not gonna be a fighting this episode. With a sword on his back and shield as well. One of them looks like an hourglass, and the sword has an hourglass kind of situation in its handle or guard. The boy also has a kind of greenish looking shirt underneath the blue tunic and orange pants with black kind of pirate boots. Yo, my name is Tara. I'm the queen of the pirate in my time. And I'm her right-hand man, Wind, or Link. Sorry, if you could hear that. And the next two shoot. Nope. Yeah. Oh, shoot. This is gonna be awkward. Sorry about this. I need to take a break after this. Another woman with light color hair walked through with another man. This woman has a pink designs on her clothing with golden patterns as well, with golden armor and having a bow on her back and a quiver as well, full with golden arrows, having a golden crown with red jewels in it, holding up like a queen as well, with a circuit, I think, a purple circuit on her waist, with a pink and purple kind of coloring on the cloth going around her waist downwards with golden armor as well, having a black stocking, what Nessa could see, and golden boots as well, with a braid on the back with a golden jewelry as well. The man, there worries. The other man standing beside her had a blue kind of scarf around his neck, with going down with having a golden collar on it as well, having a shoulder armor piece on his left side, having a lighter green tunic than others, and a brown strap so he could hold a shield and sword on his back, with a brown belt and a chainmail as some of the others as well underneath, with a light coloring of a shirt as Ness could see, with a metal forearm protectors and blue fingerless gloves as well, having a dark brown gray color and a brown boots on as well. Yeah, I went through that design quickly. I don't want to talk about this. Hello there, my name is Artemis. I'm also a Zelda. And I'm Link, but call me Warriors. Yeah, didn't know we couldn't. What the fuck was that? I've described those two. I have described those three as well. And described those three. Yeah, Last two. Then the last two fucking shocked Nezu because he knows who these two are. These are legends in their stories because this was the former queen that rebuilt Hyrule herself, but in a younger age. By the way, I'm describing her with kind of looking like Tears of the Kingdom, but that hasn't happened in their story. So, but I think she has the haircut, but not she hasn't gone through the whole event in Tears of the Kingdom. The woman had a black cape with a blue shirt and a corset, as I think it's a corset. You can see the design. A kind of looking same design corset as... I can't see it perfectly. I'm so sorry. No, it's not a corset. My fucking mistake. Sorry, found a different artwork this creator has done. It's not a corset. It's a white shirt underneath with a brown belt going from right to left and downward, and another one going from that one and down on the right side and down. That's her belt, holding a backpack as well. No, never mind, she's not holding a backpack, but was holding a sort of... Nissa realized what he was thinking about. It was a hook that was holding a iPad looking stuff that is known as the ancient Sheikah Slate that was lost to time after it disappeared a long time ago, but right now it's here. The woman also had black pants on with a brown boots. I think black boots and white looking armor parts on the boots, and and the end had a metal design as boots as well. Hard to see what the fuck it is. And the man walking beside her was also very fucking known in this time. This man has scars on his face and ears. Had, jewelry in his, or earrings in his ear, with a dark blue and light blue and dark blue design on the dark blue on the right, white blue on the left on the top, light blue on the bottom, light blue on the right, dark blue on the left at the bottom, with a brown belt going from the right shoulder down to the left, that can hold up a iron sword on his back and a shield that was he could see on the back of the man, but was hidden by the black coat that was going down to his boots, with a cream shirt underneath, with gloves and 4 protectors on his forearms as well, having a quiver as well on the back that he could see, with a bow as well, with a cream pants as well, and brown boots. Okay, I ran through all of it. Sorry about that. I also forgot to say Flora has 2 hair things in her hair on the right and left side of her, hair. She introduced herself as, said hello as, my name is Flora. And right beside me is Wild. Nezu gawked at seeing these two, by the way, because the others he didn't know about. There's legends about them, but not fully known legends. But these two is well fucking documented as being the greatest king and queen in history. But looking at their design, he could see they're not there yet. I must say, this is quite the entourage, quite the group you two have brought with you, Isuku and Zelda. Oh, Principal, can you call me, oh shit, what do I wanted to call her? Names for... hero name for, well, my version of Zelda is Mechanic. Can you call me Mechanic? Princess Zelda, I cannot call you that. Please, it's just a nickname when these guys are right now around. And if you need to call Isuku by his nickname, it's just Depps. Yeah, that makes sense. Come to my office. I need to get this explained from you two and your group. The doors open out to the open air, well, down a hallway that led outside of this containment area the portal was in. Now, I need a break. I just described everyone, and that took a hell of a long time. Give me a few, probably a day. Bye-bye for now. Alright, I'm back, and it's been a couple hours, not a day. So, a few, well, hours later, after Isuku and, well, Mechanic, aka the Zelda of Isuku's time, explained the whole situation with the others jumping in to explain as well. So, you are telling me that a creature you call the Shadow has been traveling through time to get something you have no idea what it's after? Nope. We don't know, Principal. And the last portal is back to your dimension at the same point. Yeah, it was kind of a weird coincidence. So that was the creature that came in last week. Wait, you said last week? Yes, a week ago, a black creature we couldn't see came in through the portal at night, breaking out of, well, the containment where the portal is. So we missed it. Time Said is sitting on a couch, well, next to Lullaby and, well, Terra and Wind. Legend is standing at the wall with Hyrule, no warriors as well, was standing near the wall, well, standing up. The others are sitting around and standing as well. All of the Zelda is sitting on a couch. The other links are standing up. There's three couches in front of, well, the table where Nezu is. Isuku and Mechanic or Mick, Lullaby. Would Forge work better? Or is there a... I think Forge would work better. No, that matches with 4 more. Engineer. That's a better name. engineer or just Engie. No, that doesn't work either. Fuck. What the fuck should I call? Mechanic doesn't work. That's a long name. Item? That could work because... Yeah, item would work because she makes, well, support items. Or, no, support wouldn't work. Yeah, item. So, instead of engineer or mechanic, it's item. Zelda's nickname is Item. So yeah, Item and Isuku is standing in front of Nezu. You know what? I'm gonna call Isuku by his nickname, Depps, because, well, it just makes sense for this right now. Depps and Items are standing in front of Nezu, explaining their whole stories to Nezu. If you're sitting in Nezu's desk and looking forward, all the Zeldas are sitting on the couch with the Links standing behind them. Lullaby and Time are on the right side, the first seat on the right. Time is sitting properly with a cup of tea in her hand, sipping it, with Time having tea as well, but just using the cup, not holding the plate that's holding the cup. Sun is sitting in the middle of that couch with Fable sitting next to them as well. Sky is leaning over and having his head on Sun's head, so they're looking at a cute couple. With Flora sitting properly without having any snacks or anything, but just looking at the three people talking. With Legend sitting on the couch edge. Not in front, but at the side of the couch. He's, leaning on it. Just doing or getting dirt out of his nails. In the middle couch, there is in the middle couch is what's her name again? Shoot. Sorry. Dot is sitting in the middle couch with Terra and Dawn. Yeah, Dawn. Terra and Dawn is sitting in the middle couch with Dot on the right side of the couch, Terra in the middle, and Dawn sitting on the left side of the couch. Oh shit, Dot has... 4 is sitting in front of the couch on the floor, having the 4 swords on the ground, four swords leaning against the couch. With Fable just, four has long hair. So I imagine she's just messing with it. Just to feel comfortable here in this place. Ah, shoot. No, not that. Next universe. There. Where's the... Where the hell do you got the names? There. Here. Sorry about that. Yeah, 4 is sitting on the ground with Fable, Dot messing with his hair. Probably doing some few braids in them. Terra is just leaning back with her hands on the back of the couch, just looking like a rebellious teen. With Win just, standing behind, just... Now, where would Win be? I think Wind will lean over the edge of the couch towards Nezu, looking at him with surprise and just, I want to pet that rat dog thing. And Dawn is sitting properly like a lady and also drinking tea, with Hyrule just standing by the side, just normally just hearing the story out. On the left side, the couch, on the more far away from Nezu's desk, is Dawn, sitting probably as well, and also drinking tea like a proper lady, with Wild just standing like a... No, not Wild, Twilight, sorry about that. It was Dusk, sitting on the faraway seat on the left couch, away from Nezu, drinking her tea, probably like a lady, with Twilight standing behind the couch, just watching Nezu and Isugu talk. Depths and Item talking with Nezu. Sitting next to her was Artemis, also sitting like a proper lady. Remember, these are princesses, except for Terra, because she's the rebellion's pirate. She's a pirate queen. So Terra's sitting like a rebellion's teen, but the others are sitting properly as well. Artemis is then sitting probably without drinking any tea, staring at Nezu, Item and Depths talking to Nezu, and Warrior standing like a, warrior behind, Artemis. Sorry. Warrior standing behind Artemis like a proper soldier. And Flora, the one from Breath of the Wild, is sitting also like a proper lady, but Wild, being the wild one, is checking out some of his gear in his backpack, checking some arrows and cleaning up his, sword, the one made for him. Okay. So, The monster has escaped UA grounds. We have no idea where it is right now. For what we understood, it hasn't left Japan. Neither by sea or by the bridges near, well, the coast. So what? It can transform into other monsters. Time says when he looks at Nezu. Any other monster that has left Japan? That is the thing. There's no monsters except for some couple places we have discovered that the previous, well, user of darkness his main bases were monsters, but they have been killed a long time ago. We have detected no monsters except for that one that escaped a week ago. We have no idea where it is right now. We're running blind here, Debs. I know, Time, but what do you want me to do? My world is like 2 or 1,000 times bigger than yours. I know there's licensed heroes around these parts, but it's hard to keep track of a dark being that can go around the forest and city, or people will think it's just a mutation quirk. It's gonna be hard here, but at least we have, Japan to go through. Or maybe it went to Hyrule. Like you said, it's dark. Maybe it swam out to sea. That is the most reasonable option. Lullaby said, putting down her tea and, looking at Principal Nezu. May I ask, where have anything happened after the creature escaped? Like attacks or anything else? No, not any reports I have put out of a warning of a monster with black, skin. But nothing else has happened. I'm sorry, but this is the only thing I can do right now for you. Well, at least we got some information. Sometimes we go even darker than that. Time said, standing up. So, where should we search first? Hyrule is the most likely place that creature would have gone. Or the previous holding of the previous darkness user. But nothing more and nothing less here in Japan. I don't think it would have gone to any of his bases. All of them are quite empty of items. There shouldn't be anything else he should use there. No, there shouldn't be anything. We took everything out. Maybe magic? Overflowing there? No, impossible. That man couldn't use magic at all. Except for the Triforce of power. He didn't use it like that. You know that item. I know, Debs. So Hyrule it is. Well, we should probably better get ready for traveling. Oh, no, we're not. Everyone looked confused at, Debs' words. Look, I know it's normal for us to travel across the lands, but Hyrule is like 5 hours overseas, and we don't got a boat. Hey, Item. Yes. Do you mind calling your father with a private plane? Are you sure? Fuck it. We should probably use these things we got here. Probably warn your father about the creatures that will boost the monsters. Yeah, Hyrule would be the best place for that creature. Wait, what's a private plane? This time it was Artemis asking this question. I've never heard of that word. Yeah, we haven't told about everything in our world. But, well, at least you're gonna experience it when we are searching around Hyrule. Oh, and, Flora? And Flora Wild? Yes. What is it? Just to remind you two, the things you're gonna see is from the same Hyrule you come from, but more fixed and more added upon. I see no problem, but the one thing he wanted to say is you'll probably learn more about the future event you haven't gone through yet, young Miss Flora. Principal Nezu said, and Flora understood. Oh, so we can't understand what's gonna happen to us, so we don't break the future time. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say here, Flora. But I do think we all would remember everything afterwards. That's probably likely. Well then, Time stood up and grabbed his items that he, put near the wall. We should probably get moving. Oh no, you're not. Sorry about that, my mic got cut off again. Jesus Christ. Oh no, you're not. Isugu, aka Depps, grabbed the Time arm after he grabbed his weapons. You're not going around with fucking weapons around here. What? Time, the problem is that we're not in Hyrule, so actual weapons is illegal here. You need a license to carry them. A license? Like those heroes permit you have. Yeah. So, you guys get ready to put your armors in some suitcases. And your weapons. Because we need to travel on a plane with, a private plane. But still, don't put your gear on. We should probably get you some normal ass clothes here. Isn't our normal attire fine? No, Time. No, it's not. And, I mean, Zelda and... Flora and... Flora and Wild would be normal for them with their clothes. But some of you... Terra and, Wind is also fine. But some of you... Yeah, you can't go out like this. Probably Sky and Flora would... Sky and Summer would be... or Sun would be fine. Yeah. A lot of you need to change into something more... timeline closed like things here and now. Sorry. Fine. Hey, already done, young Midoriya. I've called for midnight to give you all some new, modern clothes. Thank you, Principal Nezu. You're welcome, young Midoriya. And I've also called Snipe to get some suitcases for weapons. Out. Please go to the support labs. Thank you, Principal. You're quite welcome. After everyone grabbed their weapons and everything else, Isugu walks near Sky. Hey, Sky? For probably the best thing. I think I need the Master Sword for right now. Really? Yeah. No one knows that you guys are here. Well, some heroes from other times. They know that I'm the one that wielded Master Sword. Even though I haven't been seen with it for, well, a couple of months ago, because I laid it to rest after my whole situation, it's still probably best for me to carry it around by now. Fine. Sky took off, well, the Master Sword and handed it to Isuku. Him putting it on his back and Isuku handing over his weapon. You can carry this around. Probably is kind of nostalgic for you. Sky nodded and grabbed the kind of bluish turquoise, I think turquoise color is how it looks, weapon that had some few different kind of look. He put it on his back as well with the items Isuku handed him. Isuku walked with the group near the support labs when they spotted Midnight and Snipe, well, in front of them. Isuku had gone to the front to greet his teachers. Ah! Isuku, Zelda, it's good to see you again. Hey, Miss Midnight. But, can you call me Debs right now at Zelda here, item? Why, it's because you two are calling each other with cute nicknames? No, Miss Midnight, it's more like that we have guests that has the same name as ours. Oh? Midnight looks at the group and saw the, well, armor pieces and everything the people had. Oh my! It's quite the old-fashioned, I must say. Speak for yourself. Legend said that with Fable smacking his shoulder. Be quiet. Fine. Oh, don't worry, young man. I can see that you're quite... Where's your pants? Is there a problem with me wearing shorts underneath this? Ah, sweetheart. No, it doesn't look good. Oh, God damn it. Look, Miss Midnight, can you just find some normal clothes for my companions here? I can see what I can do. Yeah, I can get some outfits. But I hope it is not, your outfit. Dawn or Dusk made a suggestion at Midnight's costume. Oh, sweetheart, no, not at all. This is my hero costume. You wear that in front of kids. Yes, I do. Ah. Don't try it, Dusk. We have asked the same question and Principal Nezu just laughs at us. The Principal Nezu just laughs at us when we ask the same question. Just don't try. Fine. Let's see what she can come up with. So, by the way, I tried to find some outfits for, well, that matches everyone. But I don't think I can do that. So if you have outfits that, well, it's, you want some character to have, because I will name off the characters that's not gonna change outfits. Like, Sun is not gonna change her outfit. Same as Fable and Terra. Those are normal kind of clothes. With Flora also not changing her outfits. And that's just the Zeldas, with Sky just taking off his armor and stuff. And just having the cape in his armor set. He will look normal, just walking around in his normal clothes. With time you can do any outfits. Same as Legend, his outfit doesn't match the time period. Hyrule is completely fine, by the way. Twilight, yeah, he is also changing into other clothes. Same as 4. I don't see anyone wearing that. Wind is completely fucking fine. Hyrule or Warriors, sorry, is also changing outfits. Wild is also completely fine. So yeah, those are the outfits that's not gonna change. Wild, Wind, Sky, and Hyrule is not gonna change at all. Same as Sun, Terra, and Fable, and Flora as well is not gonna change at all. So yeah, those are the people that's not gonna change outfit, but you can find something for Time, Legend, Twilight 4, and Warriors. An outfit for Dot, Lullaby, Dawn, Dusk, Artemis is the Zeldas you can find outfits for. If you do, link it in the descriptions, because I don't want this to be harder on me, and my I want to post this as soon as possible, probably tomorrow for me, probably a few minutes after I post this for you, or hours, days, months, years, I don't know. So yeah, I'm not gonna describe their clothes they're gonna wear. You can imagine what they look like, and I can imagine how they look like. After everyone got some outfits from Midnight that actually looks good on everyone, and everyone got some suitcases for their armors and weapons, Principal Nezu has been notified by King Alfred. I think I named him Alfred, the King of Hyrule. I named him Alfred, right? So yeah. Yeah, that's the king from this time period called to confirm that he is sending a private plane for his daughter and her boyfriend. That is Debs. He's also sending another plane for picking up Epona, so Twilight can have her with her. Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry about that. After everyone got changed and was given cases for their armor and weapons, and the king, sending a private plane and a animal so Epona can be sent to Hyrule at this point. So everyone got ready, and Isuku explained their customs and everything else and told them, you cannot understand Japanese, so let me and Item talk. So after this and everyone got their stuff ready and everything else, after a day of being at UA, sleeping and get rested and getting some food from from Wild and Debs. Yeah, Debs cook. Debs is a good cook, by the way. Same as Item. Flora is not allowed to touch Wild's cooking items, but they stayed at the dorms in some few rooms. They lended out to the others. The other children, by the way, is back with their parents. It's Christmas holiday, so they're back with their parents and everything else. After getting a phone call from his mom and dad, and him telling them, yeah, I'm fine. It's complicated where I've been for these couple of months. I probably go away for a couple of more months to get this shit that I'm on done with Zelda. He got agreement and got informed that his mom and stepdad is actually in Hyrule right now with, well, Izumi as well. So Izuku is getting excited to go home. So yeah, they got ready to head off with the private plane and the animal plane that the king sent. So after getting on the plane and sitting down, everyone was surprised with this technology. I must say, Dusk said as he sat down, well, near Flora that took some picture with the Sheikah slate, I'm quite surprised of the luxury in this cabin. Oh wait, no, it's not two planes. Let me just scratch that with two planes. It's one plane with a stable down below that is high technology. So Epona is with them. Let me just say that it's a big private plane that the royal family has. They also has a cargo that can hold some horses if they want to. So yeah, Epona is fine eating down below. And Dusk said her line. Yeah, Twilight said, sitting, well, opposite of her. I must say, the stable down below is quite nice, even though it's not permanent. Izuku smiled, sitting in, well, near the cockpit with Item, where Debs is sitting. If I'm calling him Izuku sometimes, it's just him. Debs is sitting, well, near the cockpit with Item, just leaning on his shoulder. Yeah, you guys can relax for a little bit. We don't have to travel a lot because we have some more motive of, well, traveling. So don't worry about that. This is kind of nice, Sky said, looking out the window at the, well, outside to the landing pad and takeoff pad of the, well, airport. Yeah, flying over the sky? That sounds nice. Not getting in danger of falling off our love wings. Yeah, you're right about that, son. Oh, you get more surprises when you get to Hyrule. There's a lot of things you guys need to see. But, you two can't. We know. I just want to make sure. I'm sorry if I'm stressing this a lot. Sorry, let me. It's fine. We know we know that you two are our descendants of, well, wisdom and courage. Yeah. Izuku grabbed, well, Item's hand and started to drift off to sleep. Oh, I'm gonna get some sleep. Just tell me when we land. After Izuku started to snore, Item looked at him and smiled at Debs, well, already falling asleep. I must say, this is luxury, Terra said, holding a very expensive glass of, well, soda. Well, holding a glass of water in a expensive looking cup. Tara, please don't steal anything from this. Or my time. Oh, come on! I know you're the pirate queen, but still. Fine, I won't steal it. Wind, make sure your captain doesn't steal anything. Sure, why? Sure, if you think I can keep her at bay. You better not. Everyone was sitting around doing their own thing. Well, getting their checking on stuff and everything else, or just playing some few games that was in the cabinet that was on the plane. I think that Lullaby and Time would play chess on a table they were sitting on next to each other. Just playing chess and having some, a couple of tea next to them and some snacks. I think Twilight would probably be... Twilight would probably just stare outside the window looking outside. With Dusk just reading a book on something. Four would probably look at everything because he's kind of looking around, looking at everything that is going on. With Dot just, being next to him and smiling. The Wind would keep Tara away from stealing anything, with Hyrule and Dawn just getting nervous about this because they have never been in this kind of situation. Legend, Sky, Sun, and Fable would probably play some few games of cards. Oh, am I missing someone? I've mentioned Time. I've mentioned Sky, Time. For Legend, Hyrule, Twilight. Yeah, Twilight and Dusk. It was... Twilight is looking out the window and Dusk is reading a book. Wind... Wild and Zelda are... What would they do in a plane? Zelda would, probably start asking some questions to, items about things. With Link just messing with the Sheikah pad about some stuff. After taking off through the air and the stewardess that's around the plane taking care of everything for them, some snacks, some drinks, and everything else, making sure that everyone knows the rules about stuff. After some 2 hours, Isuku wakes up with yawning a little bit. How long have I been asleep? 2 hours. Wild said as he's still messing with the Sheikah pad about, items. Okay. Depps stood up and walks, near the back of the plane where the others could see two black walls that was not matching the kind of white prestigious wall that's, well, the wall. Okay. Yo, Zelda, did you think your father gave us, well, some few games? Yeah, probably the games that you didn't complete yet. What do you mean? You have some games right here. Legend says, holding up some cards that he was playing with. They were playing Go Fish. It's the only game I think everyone could understand the fucking rules about. No, Legend, some other kind of games that I'm used to. Let's see. God, yes! Oh great, he had the PS5. What's the PS5? Wind asked, walking, well, over to, well, Dev's when he grabbed the controller and... Yeah, I'm probably gonna play it, Elden Ring. Popping in a... well, turning on the item that made a noise, weirding out Wind because he didn't know what it is, and popping in the... well, the physical CD into the video game console. No, the physical CD wouldn't give the data of the game, right? No, probably not. Let's say it's a future technology that can make sure that your consoles over the world can connect to the same save file. So Isugu popped in his, well, Elden Ring game and put in his, when the screen turned on, scaring, well, surprising Win and the others of what is happening. Whoa! What is this? It's a screen, like a bigger version of the Sheikah Slate and Purapad. Are you serious? This is amazing! Yeah, but I don't think everyone would be excited about this. Well, I grew up in it, so I don't mind, but the rest of you wouldn't get the controls of the game. Isugu, after the PS5 turned on, he went over to the Elden Ring, screen and turned it on. And after the whole intro and everyone that walks over with surprise being Twilight, like I said, Dusk, Flora, Wild, Sky, Sun, Legend, Fable, Terra as well. I think a lot of the group is walking over, except for, well, Time and Dusk that just sits and still play chess but still watch the others. What is this kind of game? Wind asks as he's looking at, well, the screen with the music blaring and everything else, surprising everyone. It's kind of a dark fantasy setting with some scary stuff. So, you're 14, you probably could handle it. Never mind. Itsugu logged on to his save file and he's logged on and is in the ride-ons or general ride-on. Fuck, it's long time since I've battled him and defeated him in my save file. The holder Radon that fight Isuku is, well, i- is about to battle. Whoa. Yeah, I never actually started this fight, so it's the first time I ever played it. I came here, but then I got the situation of the monster situation. Whoa, devs, it looks amazing. Fable said as she's looking at the screen. Yeah, but there's also other aspects of things. Isuku going through the whole situation in the game where he gets to, well, Radon's entrance and everyone was surprised by it. Is he eating a body? Dusk asked in a kind of horrified emotion. Well, voice. Yes, because he's... Okay, the lore is he's affected by a disease in the game called the Scarlet Rot. The Scarlet Rot. It affects the body and the mind, and right now, he's kind of in a situation where he's like a rabid animal. So, Twilight? So, like, Twilight. Sorry. That one was from Flora. No, Twilight still has his mind. This character, Radon here, doesn't. He doesn't have a mind anymore. So he's kind of like a human without sense of moralities anymore. And what? He's gonna act like an animal? Poor ask as he could see that Isuku is running and summoning people into the battle. No. This is a very old game, like 150 years, like 225 years old game, but it's still popular among the masses. I see. The AC Isuku, well, started to run up to the figure when it launches. Is that massive arrows? Legend asked in shock and everyone else. Time and Lullaby looked at the situation that everyone was, well, what is happening on the screen. Yeah, it is. That's unlikely. How's that even possible? It should be heavy for him. Well, it's the video game, it's not in the real world. It isn't. No, it's... Isuku continued to, well, play with him, with Dev saying to, well, Item to explain the game because he has to concentrate. After that, he died. Damn it! Oh, come on! So, you are dead. Yeah. Fuck. He, well, went back to the situation and started over again. Wait, how is your guy alive? He's dead. Because he's not. Item explained the whole rules about video games. These are virtual worlds that doesn't actually exist in the real world. And explaining all of the situation with Isuku going around 20 deaths before he actually gets to half health before he dies again. God fucking damn it! Time looked at, well, the situation with, well, Lullaby again. Are you sure that is fun for you? Oh no, it's just letting out some frustrations. I have calmer games, but I just want to let out some few themes about this whole adventures and not knowing stuff. God damn it, I'm gonna defeat this boss! And Deb's just going through it again and again and again and again. After 5 hours of being on the plane and after 3 hours of playing, he couldn't defeat the boss. You'll get him next time, Debs. Yeah. Well, at least this was fun. We have arrived at Hyrule. Please, get ready to land on the water platform outside of Sora's domain. Thank you, stewardess. You're quite welcome, Princess Zelda. Please call me Princess Item from right now. No. Lullaby said as she walked up to, well, Item. We call you Item because we have the same name. They know you as Princess Zelda. Just let them call them by your name. We will know it's not to us. Are you sure, Lullaby? I'm sure. Lullaby says as, well, they, after strapping in and landing on the platform and getting off with their luggage, they were escorted up to the airport that was, the airport has around, the platform that they landed on is a big ass platform that 3 planes can land on, be on, and 1 take off, and 1 can land and put in. It's a sort of airport over the sea that the Sora's domains control and everything else. Going in with supplies and everything else, going out and in. With the king of the Sora's domain and the queen controlling everything and making sure everything runs smoothly. After arriving at, the platform, they were actually greeted by the king with happiness of seeing them again. Welcomed them back and everything else. My mic got cut off again. They met the others met the king of the Soras in this era, with him introducing himself to the group, with him recognize, the king and the queen of mending and molding Hyrule to what it is now, and actually greeting, Flora as the wise Queen Zelda from the long past. Queen? Wait, I'm not. No. Izuku immediately just jumps between the king of the Sora's domain. I've forgotten his name, by the way. The king of the Sora's domain, and the king of the Soras, and immediately telling him not to fucking tell them anything about their, future and past. They can talk about the past of the situation with Calamity Ganon, but not that situation with the upheaval. After the king was notified to not tell them about their future, he apologized and said, "I'm so sorry, but you two are legends among us. It's a high honor to meet you in person." Is it really that high of an honor to meet us? We did, lead the Hyrule into ruin for 100 years. Yes, but you led your Hyrule into a prosperous future, Your Majesty. this future. And everything that has happened is because of you and your husband. Fuck. I married. I shouldn't have told her that, should I? No. But who did I marry? I shouldn't. I'm not. I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. I don't think. You married Link. Izuku just told it outright. What? Yeah, let's talk about this some other place. But thank you, Your Majesty. Now I have to explain what the fuck is their, well, sort of future. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Izuku. It's fine. It's fine. Walking out of the situation with the king, and him apologizing so much for his mistake, not knowing that they haven't. Yeah, so the relationships are, well, Flora and Wild is in a relationship. Depths and Item is in a relationship. Wind and Terra is also in a relationship. Sun and Sky is in a relationship. Warriors and Artemis is a question mark for now. Hyrule and Dawn is a questionable relationship. The others are just friends or very close friends. After, well, getting out of the airport and the king saying goodbye to them, Izuku and the others was picked up by a limousine and their items was taken into the back of the car. After going into the long limousine and everyone was fitted in, no, 2 limousines was, required for them. With the Zeldas in one and the Links in the other. So they went off to Hyrule Castle first. I thought about going to Izuku's house with his father, but decided not to. And this is here I'm gonna take a break. I've recorded for a long time now. So see you tomorrow. So I am recording this the day after the last recording. I'm a little tired, but I will probably record for half an hour. Maybe. I don't know. So, they went to Hyrule Castle, but they could still see the land when they were going through, and Sora's Domain's airport. Fuck, I need to check on the old map I made. There is a road going from the airport to, Castle Town and to the other, major cities that is in Hyrule. But there's not a lot of cars. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 cars in Orario that people uses. But there's not a lot. Most people in Hyrule still use horses and, cars to travel around because they enjoy that. So cars and roads are used by normal people using horses, and there are rules of that if you're using the roads, you need to, well, abide by, rules. But still, there's like, out of 100 people living in Hyrule, there's like 30 that has cars. So there's not a lot of fucking cars on the roads. So there's not a lot of traffic. I want to make that clear. People still ride on horses in Hyrule, uses them most of the time to go around Hyrule and the other lands that also has roads. The cliff that you see at the edge of Breath of the Wild map is expanded on that Hyrule has in there. Well, there's towns, a city over that roads and bridges has been building over to. So I want to make that also clear. They do that and that. When they were riding with the limousines, or whatever it's called, all of them was looking around in surprise of, well, the cars. They have driven in other form of cars in Japan, but this was kind of luxury as well, same as the plane. Epona is taken by another driver with a horse that can deliver horses and everything else. When they were driving, they saw the floating islands and sky, and Wild was surprised with the others as well, because Sky knows about the islands. He has seen islands in his own Hyrule, but Breath of the Wild, understanding this is still his Hyrules, but thousands of years into the future, there's islands now? In his land, you're all surprised by the islands. Debs talked to the others when they were looking outside to see the islands floating in the skies, with, well, Item doing the same in the other limousine. It is, Wind says as he looks at the island, but spotted one island, the Water Temple. Now, the Water Temple over the years has become a sort of habitat for the Soras, where they live. They have built as great and rebuilt it as great as they could, and started to live. Well, some of the Soras is living on the island. It's the floating island itself. But when the Wind spotted it and saw the water coming from it, he looked confused. Wait, is there water coming from that island? Izuku looks out and said, "Oh yeah, that's the Water Temple, or aka the floating water city as it's called now. Some of the Soras and the Sora people has gone up there and rebuilt it as best as they can, and made some few apartments up there. There's low gravity in that, area of place where they can use, the gravity for jumping around and into water and everything else. It's quite beautiful. Yeah, but it is producing water though." Wind looked at Izuku and he looked up at the situation and looked back at Wind. "Oh, you may think that machine in your time? How old is it?" "Oh, we have no clue. It showed up at one point, and someone has, collaborated that it's probably in their time thousands or millions of years old. We have no clue how long it's been up there, beyond the cloud barrier that was protecting it from people to look from the surface up to the sky. So we have no idea if it could flood your Hyrule, if that's the point with. I've also been up there, I've also been looking around. Nothing has indicated that it can produce so much water that it would flood Hyrule itself. The gods? People said it was the gods that flooded my time. Maybe. When I simply don't have a clue about the machine. It can produce waters, yes. But that water is not flowing as fast as this can. But some of the water is evaporating quickly when it's leaving. So if the gods used the machine in your time, if it existed at, well, your time, maybe. I have no clue. It's just... I'm just curious. Aren't we all about the technology? Time says, looking at the machine above the skies. Your world is more ahead than others. A lot of things doesn't make sense to a lot of us. Yeah, I know. Debs said as he looked at time. But I love my time. I don't regret anything about it. And he shouldn't. Time looked at Isugu that smiled back. After of half an hour of more driving and everything else, seeing all the other things, they arrived in castle towns with everyone looking at it and the high buildings and everything else. It still looks like medieval things because Hyrule loves their history and their buildings. So the buildings looks like the past of what they could gain back from the library and everything else. I think I did mention about Hyrule Castle, but I think if the past they could have blocked the entrance to where they fought Ganondorf back then, and make the castle fall into the ground again, blocking up the hole, but to let the royal family go down there. So yeah, quick point. The whole whole thing floating in the sky, it fell down. It was a project very long time ago after Wild and Flora have died in the past, that they brought down the castle to plug up the hole, and they did that. The royal family then made some adjustment to the whole area where the lead up to Ganondorf and everything else. It's more like a bad situation if they have. It's a highly one prison that holds one dangerous person. If that happens in the future. Luckily, there's no one in there right now. But it's still highly locked up, so no one can come in and out, and no one's in the prison. No living person or is protecting it. I just want to make sure, so that is covered up. It's a prison to hold a great evil again, and the castle has gone down to where the Breath of the Wild is, but is still It has been filled up, the hole. So I just want to make sure about that. When they got to everything and looked at everything that happened, or when the group arrived and they drive through Castletown up to the castle, the people that was walking around in Castletown bowed at the cars, looking at the royal symbols of both of the cars. These people are loyal. Wild said as he looked at, the people that was around. Why shouldn't they? The crown has, refertilized their kingdom again. The crown of the family has built up their kingdom. Why shouldn't they be proud of it, Wild? I mean, we are rebuilding it in our time. And what you said at the airport. Look, I know that I am your successor. Everyone knows this because of the same place. So you will get a lot of information about your time. It hasn't gone into legends. It's common knowledge and facts in my time about your history. And the one thing that is very known is the hero and the princess were in love. What we could know, but I don't want this to affect you in your time. Maybe this is the thing that pushes us together? I mean, no one knows about what is happening. That is true. No history books have told about the traveling through time. Maybe all 20 of us kept it hidden from the world. Twilight says as he looked at everyone. Who would believe us we traveled through time? Probably me, because I don't have a successor. But we will probably keep it hidden from everyone. So no one would probably do this and screw up the time again. That is a great choice. Time said as he looked at when they were driving up to the castle. And I must say, the castle looks magnificent. Wild looked at the castle in awe and surprise that it has been rebuilt and everything else. It's been rebuilt into perfect of what he could remember of his memories. Yeah. Well, you should probably see the garden in winter. It's quite beautiful without the snow. Yeah, it's winter, by the way. It's Christmas time, so there's snow and everything around Hyrule. So after everyone got up, they were driven up to the castle gates. They were let out, and they grabbed their items and everything else. But by the way, Isuku still has the Master Sword on his back. Him and Sky has traded weapons for now on, because no one should know about the Master Sword and the others. Walking up to the gate of the castle, Isuku and Zelda spotted two people that stood in front of them. The King of Hyrule and the Queen of Hyrule, right now. Item smiled and rushed up to her parents. Father, mother! After getting up there and hugging her parents, them greeting her back, and Isuku also getting a hug from, the king and queen from, coming back, but noticing something. Young Midoriya. Sorry. Isuku, did you pull the Master Sword again? Yeah, totally. I pulled the Master Sword a few months ago before I left. But we were there 2 months ago. And, sir, please don't let anyone know that I haven't pulled the sword. Isuku quickly whispered to the king. No one should know this is not that. The king looked at Isuku and the group that walked up to him. Ah, and you must be the companions that my young daughter and her partner has traveled with. It has, sir. Ah, come with my office. Come on, come on. I want to talk to all of you in private. It is. And I'm so sorry I left, Father. No worries. We got explanation and your letters explaining what is happening. But I'm still quite confused about everything. I know. So, okay. Tell me in the office, my dear. Not here. They're walking up into the Hyrule Castle when two squawks came from the air. Izuku and Idam looked and saw two red and purple blurs come down from the sky and landing in front of them. This being Ruby and Amethyst that landed in front of them and just started to just cuddle up to them. And Ruby started to peck Adept's head. Ow, ow, Ruby, okay, I understand. Ow, ow. Amethyst. Oh, good girl. The others were kind of shocked seeing the creatures, but Sun and Sky looked at the creatures and in surprise, these are loved wings. Ruby started pecking Depths and started to be petted by Depths as well. Yeah, it was kind of a thing we had. We didn't know that they were actually called loved wings. They look like mine. Both of ours. Sky walked up to, Ruby that looked at, Sky. Looking at him for a few moments, went over to him and started to, get some few pats from him. Same as Sky. Hey there, Ruby. Wow, you really looks like my loved one. Yeah, it's quite something. Oh, Twilight. I think Epona is gonna be over at the stables where, Ruby and Amethyst is gonna be. Oh, that's fine. I wanted to check on her later. Yeah, I will show you where that is. Izuku walks, steps a few steps up to Ruby and pet him. Hey, boy, can you go back to your stables? We need to talk to the king right now. Do you understand me? Ruby squawked and Amethyst did the same, flying off to the stable. Now, after that little introduction and reunion of partners, do you mind coming to my office? Walking over, into the castle halls and down some few corridors, they went into where, the king's office is, having a view over, Castle Town. The king sat down behind with the queen sitting on a chair as well. He has a chair inside of the king's office. Now, may I ask what has happened after you left? They gave the same explanation to the king as well. Heroes and princess and queens of through time. How interesting. The king says, looking at the people in front of him with the queen as well. That's very interesting. It must be a shocker, sir. Flora said, walking in, with Wild in front. No, it's not. It is meeting former leaders of Hyrule and their kingdoms, and the heroes through time is surprising. But meeting them and probably learning from them could be a boom to the time. What we understand, there's no successor after Izuku. Well, probably there is a successor after me that knows, but this needs to keep down, my king. Izuku, you can call me by my name. You are allowed. Don't call me by your king. You can call me Alfred. Yes, Alfred. But I must say, this information must be locked away. The time travel, the monsters, everything that's gonna happen and probably be recorded by me and sorry, we have to use nicknames here. It's totally fine, we understand. But we will still call our daughter Zelda. And I think the others understands as well. But this recording we will do and the information we will take down about our adventures through time will probably just go to the royal family in case of they need to learn about the history and the secret history of the lands. Mr. Alfred, you must understand. And I do. This will be kept hidden. Will not be told by anyone that is not trustworthy. The leaders of the others, settlements and other races will probably be informed as well, and all the records will be kept in Hyrule Castle. That is a good situation, Mr. King. For your sake. Call me Sir King, not Mr. King. And I'm not yours if you're gonna say my king. I am not your king and I will never be your king. I'm a king of Hyrule, yes. But I am not your king of Hyrule. The queen walked up beside, her husband and smiled. But it's an honor to meet all of you and the past queens of Hyrule as well. The queen walked up to, Flora and smiled, especially meeting you, your majesty. Yeah, it's an honor. At this point, Ainam immediately interrupted her mother after seeing her look. Mother, it's probably not a good idea to, tell anything that has not happened before the second incident with them. Oh? Why not? Zelda. They're not from that time yet. They're from the calamity afterwards. 5 years. Oh my, the rebuilding area. Or the collaboration area where when the princess and her knight went around Hyrule? Yes, that point. That is... I understand we don't have to tell much. You can probably tell them about their marriage. The king of the Sora's domain accidentally said their highness and married the... They know they're gonna be in a relationship in the future, so it kinda is fucked if this is the reason why. If this is actually a permanent thing that is gonna happen. Well, that is quite a shocker. It is to us. Well, not as much. Link scratched his neck. I mean, learning that I'm marrying Flora is quite nerve-wracking, even though I've not the same person as before. Stop it, I told you it's fine. I love to see you, well, not bound to the rules. You lost your memories. Mother, do you not remember the stories about the hero of the wild losing his memories? After he wakes up in the Shrine of Resurrection on the Great Plateau. Oh dear, I've totally forgot. I am so sorry. It's fine, and you can call me Cook or Wild if you want, Your Highness. And that I will call you. And the rest of you. All of them introduced themselves as well, and you were surprised about all of their titles and their situation. So, multiple timelines. Yes, that is probably it. Huh. The king, well, scratched his beard as looked at everyone. It seems that multiple times has shown up, but there is reference to some of the people's adventurers across our time. That is a shocker, Your Majesty, that even though time has been split apart, they came back together at one point in our history. Well, no need to discuss everything. You must all be tired of the plane ride and being shocked about the lands. Even for you. Call me Flora, please, Your Majesty. And him, like you said, Wild. We are no royalty at this point in time. Miss Flora and Mr. Wild. It must be a totally shocker to see your Hyrule like this. It is, and seeing some damages back then and seeing it be built is quite the shocker. It is. Now, all of you must be tired from everything. We have a quarter where, we have a place where you can all stay. So please, be welcome here in your castle for a few days. Oh, Mr. Alfred? Yes. Yes, dear Risuko. Has there been any incident? Has there been? Fuck. Has there been any? I'm gonna keep that in. Has there been any incidents with monsters being more powerful than they should be? Yes. A few monsters has been overpowered, some of the Garuta in the deserts. The queen, is it Queen or... It's Queen Abosa in the original. So Queen Freya has reported a lot of monster incidents, near where the old Giga base used to be. We have no idea what they are doing there. But they have been protecting the entrance to it, and they are quite strong. So, we know where the shadow has went. And it must. Now, get some rest and get your, everything up. Or if you need it, you can go down to the smith and, get some few items you need. I do not mind you using the items. Yeah. So, Um, everyone went. Well, the king got shown the rooms where everyone could sleep, with Isuku and Zelda going up to her room and staying there. After getting some food at the dinner hall with the king that has guests that he honors because they're companions of, well, Zelda or Item and Depths. They were honored guests for the king, so the kitchen staff made a lot of food that Wild actually got some recipes for. They also will explore more of the castle, and Wild and Zelda actually, Wild and Flora walked around the castle and explored everything, seeing the old stuff that has been rebuilt, the newer stuff that has been added, and everything else. After that, everyone went into bed, and, well, the next morning, everyone explored the castle. Twilight and the dusk went down to the stable to see Epona and the horses. Some of the others looked into the library, and some of the other was still resting, like Time and Lullaby. But we are gonna focus on, well, Depths, Item, 4, and Dot, with Wild and Flora walking down to the smithy area. Wild wants some extra weapons for safety's sake. For that, so he asked if he has to pay for the weapons. They ran into the king, and Wild asked if he needs to pay for weapons. He said, "For this case, I think Isugu needs to pay. We don't want to spend your money for your era." So Isuku is gonna pay for Wild's items and everything else. So when they went down there, they heard some few smiths going on and making some weapons, swords and everything else. But Isugu led them to another blacksmith with other smiths that has private rooms where they meet up with Hisashi. "Isuku, my boy!" Hisashi immediately put down the things he had and rushed over to Isuku and hugged him. "It's so good to see you, my son." "Yeah, Dad, it's good to see you as well." This is my companions, by the way." Isuku introduced his companions, being 4, Dot, Wild, and Flora. "But you must be..." "Dad, please, not now. Don't let anyone know that they're the past." By the way, I forgot to mention, they went into a private room and then talked to the king of the Sora's domain, so no one in the airport, they heard the conversation. I understand if there's time travel going on right now. There are, so I want to say, be careful of what you talk about, Dad. I understand. Now, what do you need, son? Oh, it's just some few things, some few repairs to my weapons. Isuku handed over his sword he got back from Sky. Sky is right now up and sleeping in the room with the Master Sword by his side. So Isuku grabbed his newer weapon and, Hisashi pulled it out to see some of the scratches and damages that's on the blade. I will not describe how the blade looks like because that's gonna be a surprise for the future. He also pulled a shield out that I will find a design for, or I will make a shield myself and probably post it on my channel. Oh shit, I can post my oh shit moment because I have some drawings of some outfits I want to post on the internet. Well, to you guys, just so you can see them. And now I have figured out that situation, I probably will. Hisashi looked at the blade and saw some few scratches and nicks on it. I see. Well, I can fix the blade easily. I can probably melt the blades down and reforge it for you, son. Probably take some few hours with that in mind. Do you mind if I watch? Four walked up to Hisashi. I'm quite the blacksmith myself. Ah, of course. Please do, I don't mind. You, watching me. Sir? Wild walked up to Hisashi. Is there some things I can buy from here? Some swords you don't need that I can use? Because a lot of my blades break and I just... Ah, yes. We have some few extra blades that we wanted to sell. We have some traveler swords, some knight swords, some high swords, and everything else we don't really need. We have a lot of people that use the blades, but we have some extras. We usually sell travel swords, knight swords to the public, but the higher swords we don't sell anywhere. You can buy them if you want. Izuku smiled at Wild. You better pay me in those crystals, Wild, because this is gonna be expensive for me. Yeah, I will give you some crystals. And some materials you want. Thank you! Wild and Izuku walks up with, Flora watching the process of reforging the blades of the weapon. And this is where I'm gonna stop for today. I've almost recorded for 45 minutes. So yeah, it's late, I'm tired, and I should have started a while ago, but I haven't. So see you in tomorrow. This video is gonna be fucking close to each other. It's probably gonna be one of my longest videos. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back with the story. Where I left off, it was with the blacksmith part, with Four watching Hisashi forge blades for Izuku's weapon. Izuku is right now helping Wild buy some, royal weapons or stronger weapons for him that he can use or probably break if they do. So he's helping out Wild with getting some weapons, and he's getting materials for that, like some diamonds and some crystals and everything else. After that, Izuku went up to the room and walked into the common area that they share. There's a few rooms people are sharing. There's around 6 rooms in there with Wild, Wind, and Four sharing one. Time, Twilight, and Warrior is sharing one. Sky, Legend, and Hyrule is sharing one. The others, and the girls is in the others with Flora, Dusk, and Artemis sharing one. Dawn, Fable, and Dot is sharing another one. Terra, Lullaby, and Sun is sharing one. Izuku walks into the room and spotted some of the others in there. Checking on their equipment and everything else, like Legend and Fable, because they have a lot of items they need to check out, and everything else. Time and Lullaby is with Artemis and warriors checking out the area of the old Yiga base. Sorry about that. Four and Terra are, well, sitting around playing some card games on the chair. Sky and Sun are, well, in where Sun, Lullaby, and Terra are just sleeping because Sun is tired and he wants to hang out with Sun, so he's sleeping in the room. There's nothing happening. Everyone can see him the door opens to the room where everyone can see both of them is just tired and is asleep right now. Flora and the Wild is right now in the library with Item and Four and Polka Dot as well. Oh, or Dot. Yeah. I think Hyrule and Dawn is sitting with Wind and Terra playing some cards. Debs walks over to the table where Lullaby, Warriors, and the others are playing the old Giga base. So that's how this happened. No, sorry about that. So, we know how to get in and out of the base, but we don't know which positions monster is gonna be at. Sorry, there's a fucking hair. Sorry, there was just a bunch. There. Sorry, there a hair sticking in my mic, and it was annoying me. Time was speaking to the people that was planning out. Oh, Twilight and Dusk is also with them. They are planning out how to get into the Yiga base with Izuku walking up to them and watching over. We know how to get in and out of the Yiga base, but we don't know which positions the monster will be at. Yes, but we don't know which monster is gonna be there. Which time period, which one would be better. Ice monsters would be the better part in there, Izuku said as he looked at the map. This region is more the cold area of, well, the deserts. It's colder up there with the old Yiga base being there. So ice monsters will be the top priority of maybe the Shadow to pick out. And they're quite well known to be in that region of the desert area. Okay, we got ice monsters there. Anything else? Some few goblins, probably with some ice weapons. Maybe with Keys is also going to be there. That's definitely count. If we get unlucky, maybe a Lionel. Maybe a weaker one or a pretty strong one. I don't know. That is a dangerous part. You mean the monsters or the cold part time? Both. The monsters are cold ice cream monsters. So they're gonna be hard, but with the cold area and, well, near the base, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, so ice resistance potions, we can buy it or make it. Me and Wild can produce a lot of them. Yes, that will be great. Any other things we can do? Well, I don't know specifically what the shadow would do, so I don't even know what they want to do there. Maybe... Oh no. They cannot go down there. That way is blocked. And the only way we know about is that one, but that is heavily fortified. Depths, what are you talking about? The depths itself. What do you mean? Warriors asked as he looked up from the map of the base and everything else. The depths is, like I said, a area below Hyrule in my time and future Wild's time. But there's entrance all over Hyrule, in wells, in different places. There's a lot of entrance to the depths itself, but one of the bigger entrance we know about is near Garuda Deserts. One here points at the big hole that was that hold the old Chica Tower. That is one of them, but it has been blocked off for many generations and is heavily fortified by armies, by the Garudas itself. They don't want the depths to influence the overworld again. They blocked off the Iga one, a smaller one, but still a big hole for a creature to go down if they have the power. Then what did they want from the depths? Depths has gloom. Still, gloom is a powerful thing like malice. It can burn and hurt you. I've tried it do. So maybe it wants that. Maybe another thing, but that one I want to keep secret. That one is so critical that no one should know about. Why? I don't want to tell time. We need information here, Depths. It's near Hyrule Castle in the depths. In the old temple that me and Item went to when we were down there for years. Well, I think it was 4 years. I think they went down 13 years old. Went down into the depths and stayed there for 4 years. When we were down there, we found a sort of temple, but it was a grave. It was the grave for... It's the grave for Wild, isn't it? And Flora? Both. Their last place to stay. Sealing them away in the depths. And some information about their friends and close allies. I see. That's why I'm afraid that they want something in the depths, and that one is more likely to find the body of a former princess and hero. Stealing the power of the princess or getting something from the hero. Can you warn the king about this? Probably take a day to arrive at the spot. Still far away from Sora's domain. The Sora's domain area, and will take a while to travel, but there is some few tamed Loftwings that is down there that has been tamed. The monster parts are the ones I'm afraid of. Wait, you said Loftwings are monsters? Sun and Sky walked out of the room, hearing about the conversations. Yeah, my Loftwings, the monster parts is the normal kind. There's abundance of them down in the depths. I think they're evolvement from another creature I don't know about. The one we have, the one that is docile and everything else, are evolvements of those. Oh, sorry about that. If you could hear that. And what else? They're quite bigger. I've seen your Loftwings, and yeah, they're like 3 times bigger than usual. And harder to take down. I got a scar from one of them on my body, but that's it. Check them. We can take them down with arrows, shoot them in the eyes or the wings itself, near the body. It will crash down and make them flyless. One of their main abilities. I see. Or now I can think of 3 things the Shadow would want. The corrupted Loftwings, the grave of Wild and Flora, or the gloom itself. Now that is a dilemma. So what should we do? Warrior speaks up at this point. I have a little plan here. Go on. We have 2 entrances to the base. One in the front, one in the back. If we can get some more help, we can have some more people in the front area and some few people sneak in from the back. I see a 2-strike area or pincer. I don't know what it calls that you attack from one end to the other. So you want to... I want the people that can sneak in our group to go into the back or stay in the back if the shadow comes out. So you can attack it and probably take it down again, so we can figure out what the hell it wants. Me and Wild can go with, well, Lullaby if that's the case. Wild said, not Wild. Isuku said, looking at Lullaby. I've learned a few things from the Shiga clan when I came back up. That can help. Wild has also learned some few things. So, that is a good thing. Yes, it is. So the rest of us will go from the front. Yes. Okay, I will lead you to planning. I need a rest because the things I've thought about can fucking destroy my Hyrule. Understandable. Isuku sighed and walked over to the couch where the 4 others that wasn't with the planning was sitting around. He sat down with the others looking at them playing cards. You playing Go Fish? Yeah, it's the normal thing everyone actually knows about. Terra said as he said. When a a 5 of hearts? Go Fish. Damn it! Well, you can enjoy that. Izuku walks over to the TV that was in the room and activated a PlayStation and pulls out a card that knows his ID and games and puts it into the machine part. Well, a scanner that can activate the account for Izuku. It was the same thing he used on the plane, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I came up with it because how the fuck did that even happen? It was a mistake I want to rectify. A mistake I want to take into considerations. Oh, are you gonna play more of that Elden Ring? By the way, they are speaking Hylian. Not Hylian sounds more like English. Fuck it. Hylian sounds more like English. But Izuku can speak Japanese, Hylian, and English. So 3 languages. It's still hard for the others to pronounce English words because it is confusing them. Yes, I'm not gonna play Elden Ring. Wind. I'm gonna play a relaxing game. I don't want to be stressed today. Or let out some steams on a video game. Then what are you gonna play? Oh, I'm just continuing a world in another game. Izuku... Wait. No, that wouldn't work. Izuku launched into a Minecraft account. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know if PlayStation even have a Minecraft version, a PlayStation 5. Izuku logs into a Minecraft account and started to play on a world he has on his PC and PlayStation. By the way, there is still Xbox around, but it's heavily disappointed by a lot of people. So he's just started to play around in his world, keeping the sound quiet for the others. Whoa, that's a cool game. Yeah, relaxing. It's a very popular game in my time. And the past times, actually. Really? How so? Well, it's a classic, as people might say. It's a blocky game that has gone on for hundreds of years at this point. I mean, it started in 2009 in development. Games have to be developed on a computer system. So, like, building a boat, if you can say that. Oh, you need to build a frameworks that is something that's called code in computer language. The person needs to build the code up, or the frame of the boat, and then add stuff to it, like the main theme of the game, what it should do, and add-ons. Like, the theme of the game is how it looks, how it's presented. The systems and everything is the main stabilization of the game, so the boat can float on water. And add-ons being flags, poles, cabins, woods, cabinets, cannons, pirate flag, whatever you need, you can add on more and more and more over time, and that's what Minecraft is. That's a weird thing to say that this game, the video game, the game term is not broad. It's board games, card games, uh, playground games, video games, film games. There's a lot of terms now. So just video game if you're gonna talk about this. Oh. So yeah, that's what I mean by development. And Minecraft has been developed over almost 250 years at this point. So it has a lot of new things and old things that you can upgrade, and everything else has been upgraded over the years. More updates, more. There's a lot of things you could do in Minecraft that you could not do, like, say, in the beginning. I see. So, what are you doing now? It's been a while, but I just wanted to log in and check up on anything. Imagine, you don't... Okay, just for the audience, you don't have to imagine, because I think I'm gonna play Minecraft in this video. Don't imagine my world. You can imagine your forever world, your temporary world, or something else, maybe a mod or something. You can imagine whatever you want at this point. It's not my game, it's not my forever world you're gonna see in the background that Isuku, or Devs, is playing. That is my thing. Isuku has his own forever world at this point. I don't know where it could be, but I want you guys to imagine what this Isuku Link Midoriya would be in a Minecraft. I have some few ideas, but I want you guys to figure that out. Isuku plays around with 4 Hyrule, Dawn and Tetra watching him play, killing some few monsters, checking up some few things. Started to figure out what he wanted to do for just a moment, building up some farm some wheat, check on his animals, check on his builds if they need some few adjustments or anything else. After that, after Isuku checked on his forever world, he shut the systems down and everything else, and started to play Go Fish with the others. This, after that, there was not much that happened. Everyone got to hear the plan out, even the king and the leader of the Garudas, Freya, was there in person to check out the plan of invading this place. She agreed with it and agreed that her husband, and 10 very powerful members of the Garuda tribe will join them for this battle. So yeah, a lot of people will help them out, but we will not focus on the main battle that's happening in the front, because I don't want to make this video like 6 fucking hours. So I want to focus on the 3 characters that is in the back. Also, I can in the future I can use that part as a video. Okay, so after the whole planning, they went to sleep and got ready the next day. All of them traveled by horseback at this point. They didn't take a car. Some of them took on horseback, like Twilight and Dusk taking Epona. Isugu gave them some few horses they can have, like Ganondorf and the golden and a big white horse that was given to. Well, Isugu had the big black red horse from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That one was given to him by the king, and the big one was given by the king to Zelda, or item. So Epona is having 2 people on. The 2 bigger horses has 3 people on, being Timeline on the red horse with Lullaby and Wind. The other one is holding Warriors Artemis and Terra. That leaves 4 Dot, Fable, Legend, Hyrule, and Dawn, Sky, and Sun, with Isuku or Depths and Item. That's 10 people. Wait. Legend, Hyrule, Isuku, and Sky. And 4. Yeah, that is 5. That is 10 people. Isugu has... Yeah, that can probably work. Isugu takes, to the skies with with Ruby, and Item is also taken to the sky with Amethyst. They took along Sky and 4. Well, Isugu takes along Sky and 4, and Item is taken, Dot and Sun on their loft wing, and the 2 last ones, gets another horse. The king didn't join them, but Isugu's dad did, with riding on a horse as well. So it took around 2 days travel because it's still far away. He did send a message towards his mom and sister and Stepdad All Might, Stepdad All Might, to say, hey, I'm in Hyrule, but I will be busy. Or you will probably not see me because I need to do shit. I will probably disappear after this, so Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year's. So he sent it off towards his mom and sisters, but didn't get a reply yet because he went off afterwards. After 2 days travel, they reached the Gerudo Desert opening where they gave their horses to the stable hands. And when they got to the desert stable, they got the people that rode on horses got on some sand seals that they got taught really quickly. The princesses is on the shields of their heroes. But Isugu, Depths, and Item is still in the sky with Sky and 4 and their Princess Zeldas, and just Zelda. So they are up above, and they were told where to go. So after this, they went towards, because they couldn't take a break, they need to do this because they have no idea how far the shadow has gone. After 5 hours of traveling, they reached the entrance to the Gerudo, to the old Giga base, where they meet up with the correlation of the best people of Gerudo town. There they also meet Abosa, freaking wild and Flora out, because like I said in an old video, This Abosa is a descendant of Raiju and Abosa, so they're still related to each other. And this Abosa looks a lot like the other Abosa, but still different. So when they met up with her, Flora and Wild freaked the fuck out and actually asked, Queen Abosa? But you should be... No, this is not... Abosa kinda got confused with Isuku and Item understanding them and telling them, no, this is not your Abosa. This is one of her descendants. Very far descendants. She just really looks like her. I also got freaked out when I saw her first. And telling them to calm down, that's not it. So after meeting up with everyone else, they got the plan out with, I can explain the formation. Heavy tanks are in the front being Time and some other Garudas. The middle part is Warriors, Twilight, and Sun with some other Garudas. The middle part is where some of the Queen Zeldas are. And the middle part, the last back is where some of the magic users are. And the last point is where some of the bow and arrows Garuda people are. After the plan hands out and Isuku held Lullaby and Wild on Ruby, Amethyst staying behind with the Sand Seals, and Ruby will go back to Amethyst when he dropped his master and friends off. So after changing into some Shiga armor, Isuku has a different... It looks much similar to Wild, but still different. It's an upgraded version of it. So they put their armor pieces on and went to the back of the Yiga base with, Lullaby. After landing, nearby, so they couldn't be spotted, they watched as where the hole is, and spotted some few monsters having some few barrels bombing where the hole is, and it's gone very deep at this point. I knew they were heading down to the depths. Isuku, Depth said as he looked through his, Porapad with the other two looks at it as well. I think it's the Porapad that can zoom in. The Shiga Slate doesn't zoom in, right? Or I'm just terrible at it. He used the Porapad to zoom into the rest of the monsters are there. There's also some few Bokoblins, High Moblins, Lethalthos, Gigants, a few Ice Keys, and some few Ice... Yeah, I got it right. Do you see the shadow? No, I think he's inside. So, what now? Isuku looked at Lullaby asking that question when she looks around. Let's take out the monsters quickly and silently. Got it. Isuku stood up and went down with the others, sneaking around the boxes that was there. Killing some few goblins that was a little bit far away so the others couldn't hear. Killing them and making them disappear and killing a lot of them. when the when the explosion happened at the front because something happened, the monsters checked that out and some of them rushed into the base. And well, Wild, Lullaby, and Izuku went forward and killed the rest of them with their weapons. After they got done taking the monsters out, they went towards the entrance to the base at the back and waited for, well, something to happen. After around 10 minutes of the others going into the base and fighting through it, something was rushing out toward towards Lullaby, Wild, and Izuku. Izuku was holding his spear in his hands, getting ready to stab whatever was coming out. Wild holding another spear that he bought from Izuku's world. Lullaby holding the sword that time has, and a few puncture needles. After some few more steps, the shadow in his in his monster Lavalvo form, rushed towards the back, seeing there was no monster there. Him looking confused for a moment, but after a second, 2 spears hits him in the back near the shoulder blades, making him roll over near the hole in the Yiga base back, with Lullaby going forward and cutting into him. Hitting, the shadow into some few box bombs, hitting down them to the hole. Shit! Lullaby, don't let it hit some bombs down the hole. We don't have to get him down into the depths. Got it, my bad. It's fine, Izuku said as he rushed towards if you look towards the door at the game, Izuku was on the right side and Wild was on the left with Lullaby. No, Lullaby was up on top of, I think there is something above the door that she was hanging off on. So she jumped down and attacked the creatures. Izuku went to the left with Wild doing the same. Both of them rushing forward and, thrusting forward with their spears, making the shadow jump forward towards Lullaby. Izuku and Wild stopped knowing this could have happened, so they stand in front of the hole to the depths, with the monsters. Sorry about that. Izuku and Wild, being in front of the hole, the shadow couldn't do anything. After that, the shadow rushed towards Lullaby, being a single person, but dodging some few strikes from it and hitting the shadow with her blade, cutting it back towards Izuku and Wild, with Izuku going forward first and hitting it with his spear, cutting into it and hitting it forward to Lullaby again, cutting into it. But the shadow grabbed Lullaby by her throat and slammed her down into the ground and raised a dark blade that the shadow had. But before hitting down, a Goron greatsword came out and cut into the shadow, making it, jump back. The other heroes and Garuda's women or warriors, with Izuku's dad and Abosa with Freya and her husband Otter standing in there. The creature sees that he can't fucking escape from the front in front of him, so he rushed back towards Wild and Izuku holding his sword and shield, with Wild holding still his spear. Rushing forward, Wild tried to hit it but jumped over and landed on Wild's weapon. Wild tried to, make his weapon go to the ground before the the shadow jumps, but it jumped over before Wild could do anything. Izuku striking out with his sword and shield, but didn't hit the shadow. It jumped over the hole and rushed away, using corrupted a artificial Triforce to open up a portal. The others rushing over to the portal and seeing what was going on. Fuck, it went again? Damn it. And now it's almost Christmas time and fuck, I hate that pole! Izuku says as everyone in the group that came from different times felt the pull for the portal again. Damn it! But it's... Izuku had this nervous look because he could, like I said, feel a pull towards the portal and he had to fucking do this. Fuck. Izuku whistled and Ruby came towards him. Grabbed Epona from the stable area, please, Ruby. We need her, and I'm sorry you can't come with us, but I don't see how it can happen. Ruby, hearing his master saying this, looked sad and cuddled up to him. I'm sorry, buddy. I will come back as soon as I can. But please, go grab Epona. Ruby nodded and flew off for 10 minutes and arrived back, carrying Epona in its claws, letting her down to the ground. Izuku has changed into his tunic with Wild doing the same thing. Izuku, in that few moments, said goodbye to his dad and stepmother, Abosa, and his stepsister, Freya, to say, I'm sorry I can't stay for Christmas. But Izuku pulled out some few things from his bag. I got some few Christmas gifts. I knew I couldn't make it, or I could make it, but I had to go before. Izuku hands the gift over to his dad and says, his ass just smiled. You feel the pull of the goddess as you told us. It's fine. Go on. We do not mind. Izuku smiled at this and all of the heroes walked through the portals. Please inform Principal Nezu that me and Item wouldn't, be at school for a couple of months. I understand. Please, just be safe, my son. Thanks, Dad. Izuku smiled and walked through the portal, with Hisashi smiled at his son. Please, do your best, hero of the depths. And that is it for this special. Hope you guys enjoyed this special, a little Christmas episode with not a lot of Christmas themed, but a little preview in some future episodes that will be coming up. Yes, Link Universe is a part of my series. A lot of things will be changed in the Link Universe when I adopt that. So looking forward to that. So hope you guys enjoyed my video. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, see you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, Blue Mask. And I will be posted in a few days, probably 2 days when I ended this recording. There is still a vote going on with the next episode for the week. There's only one vote that has been casted. There is Season 2 of What If Belcrunel Was a Monster Hunter. Next episode of What If Isuku had was an item creator, and the next episode of What If Danmachi was video game. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, the Christmas episode. It didn't have a lot of Christmas vibes, but it has some, well, little fun moments with the characters I want to include. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, and all my blue masks around the world, in your rooms, TVs, or near a fireplace when you heard me talk for 3 hours for a lot of days. Have a Merry Christmas, or any holiday you are celebrating. I know the world is kind of shitty right now, but I hope you enjoyed me talking. I hope you will enjoy the time you have with your family or your found family, the friends you have with you, or anything else. I know the next year could be horrible. I want to include this at the end, but I want you to have a happy Christmas and a great new year. I hope you guys will not be injured in the New Year's where the fireworks go off and everything else. And I also hope you have a great, great new year. And have a happy holiday or Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a great new year when that happened. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, see you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Leave a comment. That's what I really want. Subscribe if you want to hear more. Leave a like so I can see what you guys enjoy. Bye bye!